It's now the weekend here at the nursery. We've had a fair bit of setting up. We've had some classes.
So we're already kind of evolved beyond looking after your bonsai, and we're like, okay, I'm looking after it. That's the problem. Once you look after it really well, the next problem is it grows. It really grows. So how do we deal with that, right?
It's been pretty busy here, so I haven't been able to fully get that content out to you. A few other videos that are still coming. We do have some cool stuff to show you today. The workshop is all set up, so I might just take you for a quick look through there. It's set up for classes, it's set up for working now as well, so give you a quick look in there. It is a little bit messy. We did have some new pots and some akadama and pumice arrive, so the benches are full of that at the moment. I'll spin this around, take you for a quick walk through there. So this is the new workshop. So we have benches on both sides. It's on wheels so that can move around. So you may have seen in my last video for the February showcase, this is where we'll set up. And we'll probably do a few videos in here, tutorials and instructional videos. There'll be a TV up behind us here. We're gonna utilize for classes and basically just watching sports and TV for ourselves while we're in here working. It's gonna be a cool little setup. It's gonna be a good vibe in here. A roll of photography paper up here as well. So we'll get some high quality shots on plain backgrounds of some of that detailed wiring and detailed work on trees that you can actually see without the busy backgrounds of the general nursery. And out the back here, we have been working on a few things. So this is like our outdoor area. We have some lighting and some benches. We also have an area where we're going to set up a kiln. So we're almost completely set up. In terms of what we've been up to here lately, as I said, we've had our first class of the year, which is our intro class. We have a development class coming up on the 9th of March. If you're interested in signing up to that, there are still positions available. It's going to be a really good class just based on how to get the right movement and the right development in these trees from an early stage. Whether the tree is old or young, getting that development work done and started as early as possible is always going to make things quicker and easier for you in the long term. So we're going to go really into detail, the theory behind the techniques and how to develop high quality material, high quality bonsais. What else have we been up to? Starting to get the benches nice and full here as well with some cool stock. Doing a lot of service work for clients as well. So basically when a client drops a tree off, whether it's for wiring, pruning, repotting, anything like that. And we've been doing quite a bit of that lately. What else have we been up to? The gallery is looking really, really nice at the moment. I'll take you for a quick walk through there and just sort of show you some of the work that we've been doing. I have been filming a video on a spruce that's sort of been like a long time coming, and I've been filming it for a little while. I'm going to get it up into the workshop and start to actually finish the filming on that video, but I'll give you a quick look at it here. So it's this spruce just there. I'm not going to show you too much, you're going to have to wait for the full video for that, but it is coming. It will be repotted in autumn as well, so it'll be a full transformation video, which is going to be really cool. We had Better Homes and Gardens in here recently actually to film the episode. God. That's going to be coming out in early April. I believe it's the 11th of April, so keep an eye out for that. They came out last week, so the whole nursery is looking in pretty good shape. Quick walk through here. The redwood's looking good. We're starting a new pruning technique on that as well, actually. Starting to pinch the new growth a lot more. Interested to see how that's going to look in, the next season or two, following the guidelines of the P2T theory of pinching redwoods rather than just pruning with shears. So that's going to be really interesting. Big enoki. We've got some cool conifers here. Forest is looking really good at the moment. That got a little bit of a prune for the first time in a few years. Still maintaining that wild look to it. But yeah, the rest of the gallery is looking pretty good. We've got some nice trees that Anu, another colleague some of you may know, has brought some really cool trees in. This is a 70-plus-year-old radiata with incredible bark on it. Really, really nice bark on it. Good canopy as well. He's thinking that this will be the new front with a bit of an angle change and a repot compared to this side, which was the original front, which I still think I like this side. Sorry, Anu. I think I like this side a little bit more. So everything else up. Don't look at the spruce. This is my olive, which is being recovered from a drastic redesign. This is the back of it, but that's just being left to grow out pretty much untouched for probably a whole nother season. I'm not going to prune anything on it. Nice cedar that's The pads are really starting to develop nicely on this. Cool ginkgo that we've got in here, the client's tree that we're looking after. As I said, we've got some cool Aussie natives in here at the moment too, so we're doing a little bit of work on the natives. This is another one that has just been repotted and restyled. Got a big prune back, bit of deadwood up the top. We've got sort of like a backup apex that we've left here, so it looks a little bit strange at the moment in its current design. And in the next couple of years, that's going to start to look really, really good. Nice beach, funky little trunk on it, but nice canopy and nice colour in there. All the olives are loving the hot weather in Melbourne at the moment as well. Nice 5 needle or a white pine. You can see all the suckers growing out of the olives. It's a constant job here with our olives, as I'm sure anybody else that owns an olive. It's pretty much never ending in terms of getting rid of those suckers. Middle bench section, some cool pines. Nice raft style juniper. We have Anu's Lebanese cedar. This is the back of it, but I'll take you around to the front and get you a good look at it. It's black pine, just went through a bit of a prune and styling with Jeff, probably early spring. Maybe even a little bit later actually, but it's recovering really nicely. Anu's brought in a heap of his cool trees for the Better Homes and Gardens episode, so we are stocked full of good trees at the moment. I'll take you around the other side of this bench. Really cool Scots pine. Again, one of Anu's pines. He's taken over our benches at the moment. Take you back to his Lebanese cedar as well, so this is the front of it. Which is pretty cool. So that is how the gallery is looking at the moment. We also took a trip down to Tienza Bonsai Sensation yesterday. Picked up a couple goodies for myself. One's a nice juniper and one's a big chunky corky bark elm that's still in development, but we'll walk through the process of that. Try and get a bit of work done on those two trees here today. First up on today's to-do list is to prep this juniper for sale. Once I've done all the pruning and the adjustment of some branches and things like that, we'll muss it all up and get it looking nice, and we'll chuck it in the shop ready to sell. So I'm going to go through and just give this a general prune, just clean up some of the growth just been left to grow since I repotted it in spring. We'll get started on that first up, and then once that's done, we'll start working on the pieces that I picked up from Tien at Bonsai Sensation yesterday. The weather has been pretty wild here in Melbourne lately. We've pretty much had consistent 30-degree weather for 2, maybe 3 weeks now, and it's a Saturday here at the moment, and this whole weekend is like 17, 18 degrees, which is, yeah, a little bit strange. So when I'm doing a prune like this, I'm cutting back to a piece of growth that's already there. So what I'll do, I take a piece of this cutting. So you can see that it's got some extensions down low, starting to bifurcate some growth on it. However, if that's extended too much, we don't just want to cut back to nothing. We want to try and cut back to a section like this, so you still have some growth coming out. This is generally just a quick sort of clean up. You know, we're not making big decisions on cuts. We're just cutting back foliage, getting it back into shape a little bit. Should hopefully be able to see that I've done just sort of this section here. Just compressed it back in. At the back here has gone nuts with growth all through here. Really, really healthy, which is good. What we like to see, especially after a decent repot. Get things back into good health. It means we have lots of options to cut back to as well. It has has just gotten so dark here. I don't know if that's translating in the video, but the sky, one, it's raining now, but the sky has gone completely black. And a reminder, it is still summer here. It's gone so gross here. The good thing about getting weather like that right now is that I don't need to water. Yep, that is some hail. Take it for a quick little look through the hectic weather. Crazy. Take you through retail because now that the weather's stopped, it's actually looking pretty sick. Don't know if you can see all that mist rising up. Quick look through the retail section here. It's my Hinoki from a couple of videos ago. It's looking really good at the moment. Foliage is all nice and full. We got some nice trees in here at the moment. Some are for sale, some aren't. Like I said, we had Better Homes and Gardens in here. We put some good trees in here just to fill it out with some high quality material. Nice dawn redwood forest for sale. Needs a bit of a prune, but it's looking good. Some awesome little Shohin junipers. Wide range of stuff in here at the moment, but I'll give you a wide view. Looking good. Alright, back to work. Had to stop recording for a bit there due to the rain on the tin roof. A little bit loud and you wouldn't have heard a word that I was saying. Probably not going to get too many visitors up here today, so we'll be able to smash out a bit of work. Actually, I'll show you this. Jeff's going to be working on today. Black pine setting in a big timber slab. Really cool. It's going to look a little bit different when he's done. But it's looking pretty cool. Now we've got to do something with this apex. Not quite sure what direction to go in just yet with it.
Is that alright?
Sure. Slow progress. So.
Do you have any bonsais yourself, or?
Nah. What's some tips for getting started?
Research.
Yeah.
Yeah, research, without trying to sound too, like, shoppy, but we do classes here as well.
Yeah,
That's always...
Yeah.
It's always the best option. You get hands-on stuff, hands-on knowledge, working on trees, everything you need to know. But otherwise, yeah, man, just YouTube. YouTube is probably going to be your best option in terms of easy to consume content and knowledge and tips and things like that. But otherwise, get a tree, get a young, cheap tree, you know, check out bargain bins of your general nurseries and things like that. And
I've got access to a few like seedlings, English maples.
yeah, seedlings are fine. They're going to take a long time to get to a point where you can work on them though. You know, so even like even like we generally say like start with junipers. So like a juniper like this, you get one that's, you know, 5-6 years old. That's sort of a good like age to be able to start developing it properly. You know, you can start getting wire on it, you can start pruning it, shaping it. Anything younger than that, you can put initial movement in the trunk, which is good early on. But other than that, you're not going to really be doing much except watching it grow. So,
Like kids.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't get the benefits of it until later. Yeah. So yeah, I would just say, just get like a cheap young juniper, 5-6 years old, have a play with that, do some research on YouTube, plenty on particularly junipers and pruning and all that sort of stuff. So you'll definitely be able to find a general idea of what to do just by doing that. Yeah, that's going to be the best way. Yeah. That's the best advice I can give. It can be a rabbit hole though, so just be warned that if you find yourself interested in it, it will consume you.
Well, it seems to be consuming.
Exactly, yeah.
It's looking good as you're knocking it back. It's like everything we were saying. As always, you try and it'd be nice to use all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I can sort of see it like
Me too.
in
That's
here and then coming up off of this.
Yeah.
Because like it's a bit awkward in here, but
So much so, if you go down the route we talked about, it almost warrants an air layer right in here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
yeah,
But big process.
yeah.
Long process.
You probably saw from the initial look of the tree, overgrown, just general stock, but thinking somewhere like in here for the front of the tree might be a little bit tricky to see in the video. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on this one, just knocking it back and getting it into a bit of shape. There's a few decisions that need to be made in terms of what we keep and what we get rid of.